Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be racing on the turf track at Greyville. And today's date is the 11th of October. Just quickly before I start with the race analysis and the betting, I just want to say to people who are watching this video for the first time, what we do at Outside of Genie is we do a form analysis of each race, and we then give you the punter outsider selections that you can include into your play. We also offer a subscription service whereby we give you specific selections that you can use in whatever play you want, and also we give you suggested trifectas, quartets, as well as pick sixes and PAs, which you can either play as is or use as you see fit. You'll find the details of that plus our WhatsApp number in the section below. So let's kick off with race 1, where the betting is as follows. Number 3, Sugar and Spice 17 to 10, Calvina 28 to 10, Long Day's Journey 3 to 1, See the Light 9 to 2, Cleto 14 to 1, 17 to 1, Dorian Sunshine 30 to 1, and Better the Rest. Number 10, Grey Ocean is Scratching. Now, just before I start, just want to say this, that some people want me to do more, discuss more horses per race. Other people want me to keep the video a little bit shorter, so I'm choosing the midway. And what I'm doing is I give the selections in terms of my outside winner, my 2 outsider selections, and I'll discuss 1 or 2 other horses in the race. So now to kick off in race 1, my first selection here is a first timer. Now it's not every day that I do give first timers. During the week in Cape Town at Durbanville, I think it was on Tuesday, I gave a first timer, and that first timer won on 6 to 1 at 6 to 1 first timer. Now, if you look at race 1, number 4, Long Day's Journey, this is a half brother to Chimchimney Run and to Golden Duke. Now, if this horse is half as good as his 2 brothers, I'm sure he will be able to win this contest, seeing that he's out of Trippy, which will give him the speed. And I'm sure Ashley and Andrew Fortune are professionals. They will not bring this horse to the course if this horse is not fit. So in race 1, my preference is number 1, Long Day's Journey. Then for outsider selections, we're going to go for number 8, which is Seeing the Light, getting the -4 from a very competent apprentice jockey. Drawn 8, See the Light, as only a 5-year-old, but only has had 6 runs. I do believe, let's just forget about his last run, where he lost 2 lengths, and yeah, he was out of the race from the start. Now, I think if you look at his previous races, he's been there and thereabouts, knocking on the door, and I'm sure Seeing the Light is a worthy outsider which you can include into your play. Should this horse come in, it should boost your dividend. Currently, it is at 8.92. So not that big of an outsider, but still an outsider is an outsider. And number 9, Cleto, it is a captain of all, and he did debut in Joburg, but now found himself in Natal. And I'm sure he didn't run a bad race there, because he ran the last 400 to finish in 23.1, which was the fastest 400. And as I always said before, to me, that is a good indication. So therefore, number 9, Cleto, also a nice outsider at 14 to 1. Other horses in this field that you can have a look at is number 3, Sugar and Spice, which is the favorite, drawn well, getting -2.5, did run well last time out behind Impartial, and also before that behind Captain Fontaine. Will definitely be involved in the finish, and was also in form stable. Michael Miller and is getting some winners recently. So let's move on to race number 2. Race number 2 is a maiden play, 1,000 meters for fillies and mares. Let's have a look at the betting. Here you have number 1, number 2, It Must Be Love, 18-10. Casadro, 3-1, 13-2, English Princess, 10-1, Purple Merchant. Cherry Tomatoes, 12-1, Conquer the World, 12-1, 12-1, Always on My Mind, 14-1, and Longer the Rest. So let's have a look here. Yeah, well, my first selection is another fortune runner, which is number 2, It Must Be Love. This was debut behind Car and B and just failed to catch Car and B on the poly. Was also got bumped late. So number 2, It Must Be Love. I'm sure it's going to run a very huge race from draw 2. And I'm glad to see that they've kept the same jockey on it. Yeah, and sometimes we need to throw some of those jockeys a bone. In outsider selections, we're looking at number 5, which is Cherry Tomatoes. Cherry Tomatoes is from the Jared Ruck stable, and I'm really, really hoping for this trainer to find his first winner in Natal. But I do think the favorite will be a little bit too strong, but the horse ran on nicely last time out and definitely is improving, so including to all your plays, Cherry Tomato. Then my other outsider selection is number 12, which is English Princess, also getting a -4 again, straight on board, but drawn 12. Did finish in front of Cherry Tomato last time out. No, didn't, was behind. I'm confused. But ran well behind Walker Typhoon. I'm thinking of another horse that is running today that also ran in that same race. I do apologize. So, yeah, this horse has been running thereabouts, has been running against some strong horses. Lava Lou has won her second race, and they very Verici won the Alan Robertson. This horse was actually also ran in the Alan Robertson as a maiden. So definitely number 12, English Princess, can definitely be involved when the photos are taken. One or two other horses that you can look at, numbers Shatina Dynasty, Warren Kennedy, but drawn 12 can improve up there, no extra, but I'm sure the shorter distance will suit. So do include number 11. I just want to mention I do see Gavin von Sale having a number of runners, and it looks like he could perhaps have a very good day today. Number 7, Purple Merchant, is a first timer in the betting. It's also nicely bred. Purple Merchant, Lali Wichan on board can definitely be involved. Do include in all your play. And then numbers 6, Conquer the World, didn't debut too bad. Put in the back ends of your quartets. Now let's move on to race number 3, where we have a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1700 meters. Betting is as follows. Here we have number 7, Polygo Shopping, 19-10, 11-2, Walk on By, 11-2, Ibitombi, Golden Duck, 7-1, Mallow, 11-1, Capriccio, 11-1, Queen Isabella, 16-1, and Queen 2, and 20-8-1, and Better the Rest. Now here we have race number 3, we have number 7, Polygo Shopping, and I'm sure in my mind this horse will be hard to beat in this field, as it seems not to be a very strong field. Drawn 7, Warren Kennedy for Gavin van Sale, and to me, I think last time out it was just raced a little bit green. The distance would suit, and to me, I make this my best bet of the day. Then other horses that you can include is number 6, which is my other side selection is Intombi. It's a dynasty by parade leaders, nicely bred. That ran his first race over the 1400 meters, there and thereabouts, restless in stall. But I think this horse will improve today over the longer distance. Lali Witchen on board, and look to include that into your play. Number 9, Golden Duck. In the past, this horse has always been 4 lengths, 5 lengths, 6 lengths behind. Last time out ran on a little bit better. Second fastest to 400 meter, although not very fast over the 2000. But I don't think the 1700 will be a problem. Look for Rares on board. So look for number 9, Golden Duck, to be involved in the finish. Then there's not much otherwise. I see there is money for number 5, Walk on By. Yeah, can probably also improve to be involved. Maybe it looks like it will appreciate a longer distance. It's a byword filly, but drawn 5, Wayne Greta on board. So look for that one to improve. Now we move to race number 4, which I think is, on my mind, the most difficult race on the card. Yes, I battled to find a winner here, but let's have a look at the betting first. Here we have number 7 Star Vega 92, Lady Lou 5-1, Voice of Reason 11-2, Charlotte Hill 7-1, Isla Murada 8-1, Diamonds and Pearls 8-1, Sacred Blues 11-1, Ooh La 14-1, Darkman Down 16-1, Greener Pastures 20-1, and Sacred Abyss 28-1, and Longer the Rest. And there is a scratching, which is number 5 Jackson Wells. As I said, this race was really a battle for me to find, a winner. But in the end, my selection went to number 7, which is race 4. Sorry, number nine, which is Voice of Reason. This horse is very, very well bred. This Valdivino has shown a lot of winners. This horse only has had 4 runs in her lifetime. It ran 3 times in Kenilworth, where she did win a maiden, Andy. Last time out, really needed a run behind Eden Garden Blitz, and I'm sure was stripped much fitter. But although she needed a run, she did run on and not too bad. Third fastest 400, Warren Kennedy from draw 9, and I do feel Voice Reason today has got a reasonable chance in this field. But as I say, a very open field. And one outsiders, number 10, Ooh La La. Ooh La La has run against some stiffer opposition. It's always there and thereabouts. Drawn 10, Luke Ferraris on board. Definitely no donkey. Um, it has run over 1600 meters, but I think it's the first time it's going over 1700 meters. But the horse is always there and thereabouts. Ooh La La, I'm sure, will definitely give a good account of herself. Then other outside selection is number 13, Diamonds and Pearls. Another horse that doesn't know when to give up has already clocked up 4 victories and always runs well. Was beaten by Star Vegas last time, but I'm sure will be get closer to Star Vegas today. Definitely a horse not to leave out. But as I say, in this race, many horses with chances. 14 Sacred Bliss surely in with a chance. Yes, one of the favorites, number 12 Lady Lou, Anton Marcus on board, also in with a chance. Had the first run since relocating from Cape Town and just got beaten on the line by a short head or by a long head presidential. So definitely in with a chance. I said Scarlet Chill also in with a chance. Even Sacred Ibis, I mean, I do believe this horse has got ability. And definitely last time out the sheet was 66-1, but today 20-1, also in with a chance. Yeah, open race, include as many as you can into your pick sixes. Then we get to race number 5, which is at 2,200 meters, maiden plate. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have another inmate from Gavin von Sale, Jack in the Box 28-10, Cherokee Chief 11-2, All Time High 11-2, Grey Langari 6-1, Zanwood 15-2, Awesome Coco 10-1, Noble Flight 14, Do Re Mi 14, and 16-1, and Longer the Rest. So let's have a look at the betting here. Yeah, here we have number 7 is Jack in the Box. It's a 4-year-old by Phil Roslin, who has also produced a number of winners. And it's only had 1 run over the 79 meters, but did run well, not too far behind. I'm sure Gavin and Warren looking forward for this horse to go run well over the 2,200 meters. So for outsiders, I went for number 2, Jericho Chief. Jericho Chief Paradas on board, and I don't think it's such a big outsider. Yeah, it's 11-2. Yeah, so it's still fair value. This horse is also improving and can be involved in the finish. And also another inmate from the Golf Cooler stable is, sorry, it's not, it's uh, number 15, Awesome Coco, is 2.5 lengths behind last time out, getting the miles 1.5. can definitely improve. Then there is number 12, Do Re Mi. This is Miller and Jacobs combination again. And yeah, this is also in the same race as Coco. Did also improve. 12. It was 12 at 400 meters and at the 800 meters, and did finish second fastest to finish. So number 12, Do Re Mi, also improving. Do include in your play. Then we move to race number 6, which is a merit rated 88 handicap over 1200 meters. Class B, average merit rating 84. Let's have a look at the betting. Here the betting is number 8, Kaysen, 53 to 10. Winter Chill 4 to 1. Dice 13 to 2. Frank Lloyd Wright 7 to 1. Spring High 10 to 1. So far 11 to 1. And 12 to 1, and better the rest. Now here in this race, I'm going for number 8, which is Kaysen. Kaysen last time out ran a very good race. That was one of my outright selections on the day. And yeah, it nearly won the race. It ran on strongly, 23.6 fastest 400 to finish. Kaysen, it's now getting the -2.5 only, but only getting -2 today. But I think this horse will be running on again, and I've got no hesitation in selecting number 8, Kaysen, as my first selection. Then one of the horses that, sorry, let's go to number 2. From outsider selections, Daisy. Daisy hasn't done anything wrong. Has also won his last 2 races, beating Jejona Rose, which is not a donkey herself. And I do think that Daisy has got the ability to win this race again. So do not, exclude from any of your play. Then I want to go down to number 10, Sovar. Sovar is also a horse who runs places often, and has run over the distance 21 times, 2 wins, 2 places, 4 thirds. Warren Kennedy on board, drawn 10, definitely in with a chance. Last time ran behind Great Shaka, and also was only feelings behind, moved up. So fastest was third fastest 400, but before that, over the 1,000 meters, she was fastest 400. He was fastest 400 on both occasions. So number 10 so far, not to be left out. And then also you can include, if you can afford it, number 9, Captain Elidor, ran in the same race as Kaysen and can also be involved in the finish. Yeah, other horses with chances in this race, Winter Chill, that won last time out, can also come in again as number 2, Into the Future. Number 3, Into the Future, he's an outsider, but did improve last time, but before that, running over longer distances, and then when put over the shorter distance, that run a better race. So that leaves us one a little bit confused, which is the correct distance that the horse can run on. Frank Lloyd Wright came from Cape Town. He had a big reputation in Cape Town. But since then, things have gone a bit south, and you need to wait for this horse to improve. Then we go down to race number 7, which is a merit rated 97, handicap class B, average merit rating 91. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have number 1, Mount Anderson at 28 to 10. Number 6, African Sunrise 4 to 1. Special Blend 5 to 1. Pearl of Asia 5 to 1. New Stream 7 to 1. GENIE Peace 8 to 1. Quick Start 10 to 1. 12 to 1. Trip to Africa 20 to 1. Perfect Peter, and 33 to 1. Amor Adiante. Now, let's have a look at this race, where my first selection is outside the selection number 10, Quick Start. You'll see a Quick Start ran against Mount Anderson a few weeks ago and got beaten by 1.3 lengths. Now, the difference in weight, the turnaround in weight, is 6 kilograms. That number 10 Quick Start is better off with Mount Anderson. Now, if you take that in account, then surely 6 kilograms would be enough to overturn a 1.3 length beating. Now, yeah, I know this is apprentice, and that's why it's getting the -4, and it's a new apprentice. But I can assure you that this trainer would have made sure that this jockey has worked this horse quite a few times. Make sure he's getting the horse. He's not going to put the apprentice on his horse if he doesn't know the ability and he's not comfortable with the horse. Further on, Michael Werndahl used to be a jockey himself. So surely he's going to advise the jockey. The jockey is going to follow the instructions to the T, and I do believe Quick Start with the 6 kilograms turnaround can beat number one Mount Anderson. Saying that Mount Anderson is not without a chance, I would definitely not leave him out of any of my calculations. Then outside the selections that I'm going for is number 7, which is Pearl of Asia. Pearl of Asia, Anton Marcus on board. He's also running well. Last time out, won well over the 1200 meters, now going 1400 meters. But was running on so well that I'm sure the 1400 meter will not be a problem. And then also number 9, Perfect Peter. Now, this horse is a 5-year-old, but only has had 7 runs, so he must have had his problems. But if you look at this horse history, on the 24th of November 2018, this horse found himself in the Dingaan running against a Warm, only 11 lengths behind the Warm. I think if you put a Warm in this field, he probably win by 50 lengths. So, and then he ran second, then he came back in February, ran second behind Cavalry, ran on well late, over 1,000 meters. Then they put him over the 1,400 meters in August, needing to run, ran behind Solid Gold. So I think, and then he gave them a second run. Last time out, he ran behind Stop the Clock, ran third fastest 400 to finish. They say he never showed, but yeah, he never showed, but he ran on well. So number 9, Perfect Peter, do include in all your play. I think the horse is 20 to 1 in betting. If this horse runs into the places, you'll be smiling and collecting the cash at the and laughing, thanking outside of Genie. I see this is Perfect Polly. I wonder if this horse isn't family to that other very good horse they had that also won big races. I just want to check something quickly here. Yeah, you see, yeah, this is the half sister. And I think there was another horse that I had that won something Polly that also won good races. So it looks like this is a very strong family. So you might have the brother and sister running well on the same day. No, sorry about that. It's just something that struck me now when I saw the breeding again. Sometimes you miss those things when you do your assessment. So let's go back to race number 7, where I do believe Perfect Peter will run an improved race. Do include in your play, but there's other horses of chances. African Sunrise also in with a huge chance. Um, Trip to Africa also had a bit of a reputation at one stage. Can also be in real well. New Stream is also running well. All in all, a very open race. Gimme Peace can also improve on a low weight. So, but my preference is I think in this race you're looking at number 1 and number 10. So let's look at the last race, which is race number 8, which is a Class C, average merit rating 75. Let's have a look at the betting. Now here we have number 1, Fight Song 3 to 1, Black Fox 5 to 1, Admiral's Gate 7 to 1, Karua Lark 8 to 1, Night Warrior 9 to 1, Divine Youth 11, Master of Destiny 14, Cool Runnings 14, Techno Captain 14, Wishful Girl 12 to 1, number 8 14 to 1. So here my selection is number 8. Let's go to number 8. Wishful Girl and at 1600 meters. Now you'll see this race is ability rated 75. This horse has been running against 82, 84, 81, 80, and then merit rated drop from 85 is now a 71 and has been running there and thereabouts. I think the 1600 meter will suit her better, and I do believe Wishful Girl and in with a huge chance in this race, uh, in the last race. Outside the selections you can look at is number 9, Admiral's Guest. did what win last time out, and with the -4, can definitely be involved in the finish again. Although now a little bit up in division. Oh no, it's down in division. Last time was a bird rate in 78. Now it's a 75, so it's a little bit down. Black Fox, I've given up on Black Fox. I've touted this all so many times just to be disappointed, but this is the type of day when you give up on a horse, then he wins. But his horse is always there and thereabouts, running good races, but just seem to battle to find the number one box. So these other horses in this field also got chances. Um, Number one, first song, a fight song is a noble tune. Let's find herself in a grade one in the end of August. Did run well, 3.7 lengths behind, and that is why it's a favorite. Won its first race on the poly, definitely without a chance. So that brings us to the end of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction and that you can make some money. And as I always say, break a leg.